Hello and welcome to Defense Anatomy, your trusted source for the latest developments in defense, geopolitics, and strategic affairs. Today we bring you a focused roundup of critical updates from November 27 to 30 of the most important updates shaping India's national security landscape. Let's explore. Kicking off with an economic powerhouse update that underpins our defense ambitions, India's GDP surged by 8.2% in the second quarter of FY 2025-26, outpacing expectations and defying US tariff pressures, as announced by the Ministry of Statistics on November 28. This robust growth, the quickest in 6 quarters, was fueled by a revival in manufacturing and services amid festive demand and infrastructure investments exceeding 2 lakh crore rupees in the first half, with the IMF revising its full-year projection upward to 6.6%. Prime Minister Modi described it as a validation of structural reforms, highlighting how urban consumption and rural wage hikes have stabilized the economy against global volatility. For India, this translates to enhanced fiscal bandwidth, potentially injecting an additional 11,000 crore into defense modernization for FY26, enabling accelerated indigenization and R&D in hypersonics and AI. On the citizen front, it promises moderated inflation around 4.5%, sustained job creation at 1.2 crore annually, and a bolstered forex reserve over $700 billion to cushion rupee fluctuations, ensuring affordable essentials, export-driven wage growth in Tier 2 cities, and a stronger sense of economic security that ripples into national confidence. Shifting to tri-services synergy on the high seas, the Indian Navy spearheaded Exercise Trishul from late November, uniting Army, Air Force and naval assets in a comprehensive multi-domain drill across the Andaman and Nicobar Command, intensifying through the 30th to simulate amphibious assaults, air-sea integration and cyber defenses against hybrid threats. Involving over 10,000 personnel and assets like INS Vikrant carriers and Apache helicopters, the exercise announced on November 27 fine-tunes interoperability for the impending theatre command's rollout by mid-2026, drawing lessons from recent LAC standoffs. For India, it fortifies our blue water capabilities, securing vital sea lanes that carry 80% of energy imports and deterring encroachments in the Indo-Pacific. This collaborative edge not only saves 5,000 crore in redundant training, but also enhances rapid response postures, minimizing escalation risks. For everyday Indians, it means safer maritime trade routes, stabilizing fuel and commodity prices, while inspiring youth enlistment through visible joint ops that showcase career pathways in emerging domains like drone warfare and space surveillance. In a procurement masterstroke, the Defense Acquisition Council approved emergency purchases of US Javelin anti-tank missiles and Excalibur precision-guided artillery rounds worth $93 million on November 28, fast-tracking deliveries for frontline integration by Q1 2026 amid heightened LAC tensions. These systems, 104 Javelins with launchers and 500 Excalibur 155mm shells, offer fire-and-forget portability up to 4 kilometers for the former and GPS-corrected accuracy within 10 meters for the latter, complementing indigenous Akash and Pinaka batteries. Co-production talks with Lockheed Martin aim to localize assembly in Hyderabad by 2027, reducing import reliance by 30%. For India, this bolsters asymmetric warfare edges against armored incursions, aligning with the 75% domestic content goal and hedging supply chain vulnerabilities. Economically, it generates 2,000 skilled jobs in precision engineering clusters, while for citizens, it enhances border troop safety, curbing escalation costs, and fostering community resilience programs in frontier states like Arunachal Pradesh, turning defense tech into a shield for local livelihoods. Building on this hardware momentum, the Army sealed a 2,700 crore contract with Bharat Forge and PLR Systems on November 29th for 4.25 lakh close-quarter battle carbines, designed for urban and CQB scenarios with 5.56 lethality and modular suppressors for Special Forces deployment starting 2026. Unveiled at the India Defence Conclave, these indigenous platforms featuring ergonomic designs and night vision compatibility address gaps exposed in recent ops, with production ramping in Pune to meet 70,000 annual quotas. Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh emphasized deadline enforcement, threatening penalties to ensure timelines. For India, it slashes foreign dependency from 60 to 40%, saving 1,500 crore yearly and amplifying infantry agility in diverse terrains. This not only elevates her global arms export profile, but also spurs MSME linkages, creating 5,000 jobs in Maharashtra's manufacturing belt. Ordinary Indians benefit from cost efficiencies that free up budgets for welfare, alongside vocational training tie-ups that boost employability in defense-adjacent sectors, weaving security into everyday opportunity. Complementing arms upgrades, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar underscored India's hedging strategy on November 29th, advocating diversified trade pacts amid US-China frictions, including resumed Chinese visas post-Modi Xi summit and new Quad logistics frameworks. This diplomatic pivot, building on August's border patrolling protocols, eases LAC frictions while securing $4 billion in annual investments from diversified partners like Vietnam and Japan. For India, it mitigates single-source risks, enhancing energy security through alternative oil corridors and positioning us as a bridge in multipolar dynamics. The Louis Institute's Asia Power Index update on November 30th ranked us third regionally, behind only the US and China, with scores of 85.2 in economic capability and 78.4 in military projection, crediting diplomatic reach. Citizens reap dividends in stabilized supply chains for electronics and autos, job-creating FTAs in services, and cultural exchanges that promote regional harmony, transforming geopolitics into tangible peace dividends. Echoing maritime diplomacy, India clinched the record-high vote tally for re-election to the IMO Council on November 28th, securing influence over global shipping norms for 2026 to 27, and aligning with Sagar initiatives to protect 50% of world trade volumes transiting our waters. This triumph amid rising Red Sea disruptions bolsters naval patrols like those of INS Vikrant, integrating with Quad exercises for anti-piracy and HADR ops. For India, it safeguards 20 lakh crore in annual maritime trade, deterring non-state actors and countering belt and road expansions. Economically, it unlocks $2 billion in port modernization funds, generating 10,000 jobs in coastal hubs like Kochi. For coastal communities, it means resilient fisheries, disaster-resilient infrastructure, and youth scholarships in maritime academies, ensuring the ocean's bounty fuels inclusive coastal prosperity. On the innovation front, a Rs 728 crore scheme for rare earth permanent magnets was approved on November 29th, targeting self-sufficiency in critical materials for missiles, EVs and aero engines by doubling domestic usage to 2030 and curbing 90% import reliance from China. Led by the Department of Science and Technology, the initiative will establish facilities in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, supporting DRDO's hypersonic programs and HAL's engine upgrades. For India, it fortifies supply chains against geopolitical choke points, saving 3,000 crore annually and accelerating Atmanirbhar Bharat's tech ecosystem. This creates 4,000 high-tech jobs in mineral processing, while for citizens, it lowers EV costs for greener mobility, spurs R&D scholarships and enhances disaster-resilient grids, channeling rare earth riches into sustainable national growth. Wrapping up with enduring alliances, Indian contingents departed for Russia's ZAPAD 2025 multilateral exercise on November 30th, focusing on counter-terrorism interoperability in subarctic terrains with 20-plus nations, including joint maneuvers with S-400 systems and T-90 tanks. Announced post the India-Russia 22nd Military Cooperation Group meeting, it builds on Hawaiian dialogues for AI intel sharing, validating post-Kalwan doctrines. For India, it diversifies partnerships beyond Western dependencies, honing 2.5 front readiness while securing discounted S-400 spares. Economically, it sustains 50,000 crore in bilateral defense trade, creating 3,000 jobs in joint ventures. For the common Indian, it ensures balanced global ties that stabilize energy imports, fund border infrastructure, and inspire military diplomacy exchanges, fostering a secure, connected world. In summary, from November 27 to 30th headlines, GDP resilience fueling fiscal might, Trishul's joint ops harmony, Javelin Excalibur precision boosts, CQB carbine indigenization, Jaishankar's hedging wisdom, IMO maritime cloud, rare earth self-reliance and ZAPAD alliance drills, India charts a course of assertive autonomy and collaborative strength. These strides not only shield our frontiers, but also propel equitable prosperity, navigating global headwinds with foresight. Thank you for tuning into Defense Anatomy. If the GDP surge or Javelin deals caught your eye, like, subscribe and share your thoughts below. Stay informed, stay empowered. Until next time.